Hi, this is Debra Sayble-Thornbrugh, and here I'm going to demonstrate some things you might not know about the status bar in Microsoft Word 2016. Right now I have a blank page open on my screen. There's nothing on it yet, but if I scroll down and look in the lower area, I have typed part of a sentence. On the status bar, that's this area, this gray strip down here at the bottom, in the lower left corner, there are different things that appear that you can choose to have appear or not that tell you things about what you're typing, what's on your screen. For example, right now I only have one page, so it's telling me this is page 1 of 1, meaning it's just a single page document. Next to that, it's telling me how many words I've typed so far. This might come in handy for those of you that are required to type only a finite amount of words on a page. Like, when someone tells you type a 350 word paragraph. Well, this little notice down here on the status bar will tell you exactly how many words you've typed. In addition to that, if you click on it, you get the word count dialog box. The word count dialog box tells you probably more than you'll ever need to know about what's on your page. How many pages you have, how many words you've typed, with spaces and without spaces. So in other words, how many words you've typed that are just characters only, letters with no spaces, you've typed 34. But if you want to count the characters you've typed along with the spaces between the words, it's 44. How many paragraphs there are, and how many actual lines there are. You can also decide whether to include text boxes, footnotes, and endnotes. You can close the word count box easily and call it back anytime you want. Next to that, you may or may not see an icon that looks like this. It kind of looks like a document or a calendar with a little dot on it. That indicates whether or not you are recording a macro. Now I don't use macros much, so I want to get rid of that little icon. I don't need to have it on my status bar. So I can right-click rather, on the status bar, and you get this huge list of different things that you can put on the status bar or remove from the status bar. For example, if I click the page number to remove the check mark, and then look down in the bottom left corner again, you'll see that that piece of information has been removed. To bring it back, just click on it once again and it will come back. There's another thing that you can see that might be worthwhile doing, and that is the caps lock. Sometimes we start typing and we don't realize the caps lock is on, especially when you're typing a password. Well, most of the time the caps lock indicator on the status bar is not turned on. If you do turn it on by placing a check mark here, you'll notice that nothing changed on the status bar. You won't actually see anything down there, but if you accidentally put the caps lock on, as I'm about to do, then see it will tell you exactly what just happened. If I tap the caps lock button on my keyboard to remove caps lock, turn it off, then it goes away. So let's try this one more time. I'm going to right click on the status bar, and if you look over on the right hand side of the status bar, there are various shortcuts and other things displayed. This highlighted little document icon means that the view that I'm looking at right now is called Page Layout View, and it shows what your page will look like if you print it out. This one next to it is Web Layout View, in other words, what your page would look like if it were an internet web page, and the Reading View over here. Now these three things are called shortcuts. If I don't care to have them on my status bar, I can go to the View Shortcuts choice and remove that check mark. And so those icons are now gone. I can just click it to bring it back. Another thing you can choose to see or not see is the zooming in and out slider, the zoom slider, and the zoom percentage. Those are also down here, zoom slider and zoom percentage. There are lots of other choices you can make here of things that the status bar can do or not do. So just remember that when you want to make changes to your status bar, you just point to the status bar and right-click your mouse and then click to turn on or off the options.